Ikenna sat on the sofa, confused and looking lost in deep thoughts. He had never imagined his life in such disarray. He was so bothered about the turn of things in his family. He did not know where to start from. He had no steady income. He had still not been able to learn his father's business. He had no knowledge about it at all. All this ran through his mind. And his wife Summer is heavy with a child and has just lost her job. How am I going to feed my wife and make sure she and our baby are fine? Should I go to my parents for financial assistance or try to get a job? Where is the certificate safe? And which value do I even have to offer that will endear me to my employers? These thoughts ran through his mind. He felt so bad about everything. Ikenna all these years have never been able to shoulder any responsibility in his home. And as for Summer, as she made dinner that night, she promised herself that this time she was not ready to have any irresponsible husband, father her children. How long will Ikenna continue to be a boy? Look at the stress I'm going through because I got married to an irresponsible husband. So Summa, keeping to her promise, made sure she stopped paying the bills in their home. She stopped doing the chores and cooking. She insisted that Ikenna was going to join her and assist her with doing the house chores. She also made sure that whenever an issue rose up in their home that needed Ikenna's opinion, even though Ikenna was not able to provide any solution or suggestion, she would say to him, Ikenna, I'm doing nothing until you give me your sincere opinion, or else everything will remain just like that. I cannot continue to think for you or take decisions on your behalf. You are an adult. Please, Ikenna, at least say your mind. Try to brainstorm, not just looking lost whenever we need to take a decision as couple. Summer would reply, sadly. Ikenna, who could no longer stand the pressure, ran home to his parents to complain about Summer's sudden change. Mom, Summer has really changed though. I don't know what is wrong with Summer. She has stopped doing the chores. She has stopped cooking. For the past 1 week now, my home is in disarray. Mom, I don't even know where to start from. Ikenna said in frustration. Bia Ikenna, are you not ashamed of yourself? See the words coming out of your mouth. See how you're almost crying because Summer stopped doing the cooking and doing the chores while you sit idly. What did this woman do to you? You want her to break down in this condition? Well, don't say I did not warn you. You better buckle up and go and make your marriage work. Summer is not going to kill herself for you. And let nothing happen to Summer and my grandchild, because I'm not going to take it lightly with you. Mr. Oku said in anger, Ikenna, you have really disappointed me. We have to tell you the truth. You are not doing well. You behave like a boy. Real men don't run away from responsibility. Rather, face it. Know that your mom and I really did a mess in the way we raised you. You know, we are so happy to have you after 8 years of waiting. And when you finally came, we overpampered you. Whilst growing up as a young boy, I suffered. I came from a very humble background. I had to do lots of menial jobs to survive as a young boy and to help my family. So I made up my mind that if I have my own children and God blesses me tomorrow, I was not going to allow them go through any hard life. So that was why when God gave you to us, I made sure we gave you a soft life. You never faced any consequences when growing up. We were always there to protect you from the harshness of this world. And little did we know that responsibility is what builds resilience, hard work, and diligence in a child. But my son, it's still not too late to make amends. A journey of a mile begins with a step. So you have to learn to take responsibility. If I may ask, who is going to raise your children for you? Do you want to raise your children the way we raised you, so that they will struggle tomorrow, not having a mind of their own? You see how you came running to us crying. Anytime you face a challenge, that is wrong, my son. I know we are to blame, but you have become a man. You have to sit up. Your mother and I lately realized that it is disastrous to do everything for a child, not letting them think for themselves, not allowing them have their own opinions and experience of life. My heart is broken that till now you have no knowledge about my business. It is strangers that are running my business for me. Even if tomorrow I hand it over to you, you still need to learn a lot of skills to be able to run this business. So, my son, you have to become a man. Face life. Don't be afraid of starting. Even if you fail, rise up and try again. Ikenna one. You cannot keep running away from challenges of life. Now your wife will soon be due for her delivery. You have no job, no business, nothing. Remember that this is your first child. So I don't know what you are talking about. Summer did you nothing. Also, for your information, your mother and I are traveling on a vacation. We'll be staying there for 5 months. Both of us will be using this opportunity to see our doctors. There are some treatments that we still need to undergo. You know, I have been managing my health for some times now. And also, as your parents, we have decided that we are not going to pay your bills or assist you financially anymore. We cannot continue to run to your aid as if you are still a child. No more financial assistance from us. So Ikenna, go and think of how to take care of your family. Go to learn hard work, diligence, and resilience. It's still not too late. This is just the bitter truth. And you have to hear it. You're almost 30. And you whimper about everything. Where is it done? A man is the head of the home, and the wife is the helper. She's just there to support, not there to lead, and shoulder all the responsibilities alone. My son, I'm feeling so bad about everything. You see that even in this my age, I still assist your mother with some chores. I still run errands for her and our home. There's no wrong in keeping your home clean, or cooking, or even doing laundry. That does not make you less a man. Mr. Oku continued, tears welling up his eyes. Felt so bad that his only son, even though he knew he needed their help, he knew it was time for Ikenna to become a man. He must take up his responsibility. Ikenna also, do not forget that women like Summa are rare to find. She has really tried for you. For almost 2 years since you people got married, she has been the one feeding you, clothing you, cooking, almost running your life for you. You cannot even contribute nothing on the table. So you see, she has the right to say she's tired and cannot continue. You are not disabled. You have no health condition, just that you decided to be lazy. I have to call a spade a spade. I don't also want to get a call from Summa about her not feeding well, or you are not helping with the chores in your home. If not, count me and your mother out, Mr. Oku said in a stern and firm voice. Ikenna was lost for words. He has never heard his parents speak so hardly to him. He had thought his parents would welcome him into their arms, as usual, as they have done all these years. Mom, Dad, please, don't leave me. I don't know what to do or how to start my life. It's just very difficult for me. I cannot even think without asking for people's opinion. I have no mind of my own, Ikenna said, sobbing. Where do I start from? He lamented. And for the first time, Ikenna saw his parents in another light. They looked at him unbothered. He knew they were saying the truth. He knew he needed to step up, that if he doesn't do something fast, he was going to lose Summa. Summa has been the best thing that happened to him, and he will not want her to leave him. And with his parents' stern warning, he knew he really got a lot of work to do. So as Ikenna left his parents' house, he called one of his close friends, named Wilson, who he knew that could be of help right now. So Ikenna on the phone said to Wilson, please bro, I just really need to see you. Where are you? I need to talk with you, Ikenna said desperately. So they decided to meet up at a cool garden in the town. So Ikenna quickly drove there, waiting for Wilson. And after some time, Wilson was there with Ikenna. When Wilson came to see Ikenna, he met him deeply in sorrow. Ikenna was weeping like a child. Wilson was confused, tried to console Ikenna. What is it, Ikenna? I've never seen you this broken. Why the tears? What is it? Did anybody die? What happened? Wilson asked urgently. So after some time, Ikenna was able to put himself together. Wilson, first of all, I have to appreciate you for coming immediately as I called you. Wilson, I'm just tired of life. My parents all my years spoon-fed me. I have never known how to take responsibility. I don't have a job, no business, even my dad's business. I know nothing about. It's so sad and shameful that if my dad dies today, I'll lose everything to strangers because I know nothing about his business. I have no knowledge about his business at all. Now my wife is heavily pregnant and will soon put to bed. We have not bought anything for our child, not even a diaper. I don't know how to do any chore. I cannot even take care of myself. I cannot take decisions. I don't know how to lead. At least you know that about me. All these years, it has been my parents running my life for me. Not until I got married to my wife. And I saw the mess my life have become. Wilson, I really need your help. As we speak right now, my wife threatened to leave me if I don't stand as the man of the house and assume my responsibility. That she was not ready to allow an irresponsible husband father our child. Wilson, My parents have finished me. See what they caused, Ikenna continued, lamenting, thus sobbing. Wilson, who allowed Ikenna speak and pour out his mind and frustrations, did not utter a word, but after some silence, Wilson said to Ikenna, my friend, you don't have to blame your parents. Your parents loved you and raised you the way they thought was the best. Remember, you were their only child, and they thought they were protecting you from the harshness of the world, not knowing they were setting you up for failure and struggle in life. You see how it is difficult for you to make decisions, lead. All these things are learned as a child. You see, allowing children do chores, face their consequences, learn independence early in life helps them not to struggle as adults. Their mental resilience has been built up from childhood so they can confidently face life. But always helping them out, which some parents do, just like your parents did to you, make these kids struggle as adults. They lack decision making skill. They are lazy, lack independence, teamwork. There are other things, but just to mention a few. Kenna, you know I come from a wealthy home, but you see, my parents took away helps from our home when I turned 8, so I had to do the chores with my two sisters until I left for the university. You remember back then in the university, I made the best fried rice that even during birthdays, some of our friends would ask me to prepare fried rice and chicken to celebrate their birthdays. I did my laundry. My room was always tidy, that you can mistake it for a lady's space because of how organized my things were. Now, this really helped me when I got married. There is nothing I don't do in my home. I cook, I do laundry, I mop the floors, I buy groceries for my wife. Sometimes I take time to cook for my wife and kids, which is always fun, and the time to bond with my children. Before I married my wife, I made it clear to her that I don't want any help in our home, and she obliged. Thank God for her understanding. My wife and I decided not to have helps so our children could learn all these skills. Kenna, even in this my level as a bank manager, I still bath my children every morning and prepare them for school. I still do school runs. I cook meals sometimes and also do laundry. So who says you cannot help in your home as a man? It's only here in Africa that women work as if they don't need rest. Who says a man cannot take over the kitchen and prepare a sumptuous meal while the woman just sits in the living room watching TV? This is what makes marriage sweet. Marriage is all about partnership and supporting each other, making decisions together, planning together, everything that would better your lives as a family. I have 3 boys and a girl. My boys and my daughter all do the same chores in the home. There is nothing like male or female chore in my home. I don't want to raise a son that would become a baby and a burden to his wife tomorrow, where the wife is taking care of the children and also taking care of the man too. So this is my candid advice, Ikenna. Although I don't blame you much, but you must work with your wife as a team to make your marriage work. You don't have to leave it for your wife alone. So go home to your wife, sit down with her. Both of you should plan how you want to run your home. You have to be humble. Ask her to teach you how to cook. You can even learn online, especially watching cooking channels on YouTube. Start helping her with the chores. Let her see you are willing to learn, and she would appreciate your efforts. You can't continue to give all this excuse. Every one of us learns this skill. You have a car. Use it as Uber. You're a good driver. You just have to start with what you have. Don't beat yourself over what you don't have. Start with what you have. Trust me, Ken. You can do it. Although the damage have been done, but it's still never too late. You can start with doing Uber, helping your wife with chores, cooking simple meals, go with her for grocery shopping, read books on self-development, read books on marriage, any book that can help you. I have some and I will borrow them to you. They have really helped to shape my life. So my friend, it's well. I assure you that this phase will surely pass, Wilson said assuringly. I have really talked at length, and I know a word is enough for the wise. Ikenna sighed a deep relief. Wilson, my friend, you just took the wool that have covered my eyes all these years. I have lost every clue, not knowing where to start from. I have always thought it was too late to start. But with these words of advice, I do not blame my parents much. Wilson, you see, the old Ikenna you met here is now a new purposeful and responsible Ikenna. I will work on myself as you have said. I will follow through with all your suggestions, Ikenna assured Wilson. As they hugged, Ikenna thanked Wilson. Before they left, they had some meal and talked about other things. However, that evening, Ikenna came home with some groceries for the first time. A nice pair of maternity gown for Summer and some snacks for Summer. Summer was so surprised. This was the first time since they got married that Ikenna was buying her a gift. She thanked Ikenna, but had to ask him out of curiosity. Ikenna, how far? Sorry to ask, oh, where did you get the money from to buy all these things? Look at all the beautiful things you got, Summer said, looking surprised, and her eyes searching for answer. I hope it's not from your parents too, asked in a worried tone. Babe, relax now. Can't a husband buy a gift for his beautiful wife? Okay, babe, I used my money to get them. You see, I have decided to use my car for Uber. I did some trips before coming home. This is really awesome, Ikenna. That's so thoughtful of you. I really appreciate these things. You even went to shop for groceries. Thank God, though. Summer responded excitedly. And babe, you also have to sit down and let me make noodles for you. I bought some from the grocery shop. You know you like noodles. Summer's eyes widened. Ikenna entered the kitchen. What is happening? Summer asked herself. Ikenna was really serious. He entered the kitchen and started preparing the noodles. Summer asked in concern. Ikenna, you know you have not done it before. Let me help you with it. It's fine, Summer. Don't worry. Just give me a little time and then I will be ready. For Summer, a lot of thoughts went through her mind. She did not understand what was happening. Ikenna, cooking. So before you know it, Ikenna dished a hot plate of noodles with some chopped vegetables. As they ate their meal, Ikenna thanked Summer for everything. Babe, I have realized all my mistakes these past years, and I promise to make amends. You see, all these years, I did not know I could learn how to cook. I did not know that as a man, I was supposed to help out with chores. I'm just happy to see you beaming and smile. I hope the meal is good. Ikenna, you outdid yourself. I'm so proud of you, Summer replied. However, as weeks passed, Ikenna learned how to mop the floors, do laundry, and cook some meals, and with constant practice and supervision from and this lightened Summer's burden. She was so happy with Ikenna's readiness to learn and the improvements as the weeks passed. Ikenna also worked so hard to provide and make sure Summer fed well. He was also able to save up for the hospital bill. He also bought some things for their baby with Summer's support from her savings. So in the ninth month, Summer was delivered of a baby boy and they named him Chidalu. He looked so handsome. Ikenna and Summer were so happy. Ikenna was overjoyed that he was now a father. So as he held Chidalu in his arms, he made up his mind that he was going to raise him up to be self-independent, hardworking, diligent, and very loving. Summer was so happy with the progress Ikenna has made so far. However, 2 months after Summer delivered, she decided to apply for another job, but Ikenna refused. He said to her, Summer, you will have to take care of our baby for 6 months. You know you are doing exclusive breastfeeding for him, which can be so exhaustive. So just take your time and rest. I know you are very hardworking, but I think you need rest before you start hopping from one office to another for a job. Ikenna said in a calm and firm tone. Summer was so happy that Ikenna was becoming more responsible, now stepping up to take decisions for their family. Even though he knew he needed her help, but he knew what he wanted for their family. So Ikenna decided never to go to his parents for anything, even after their return from their vacation. 2 years later, Summer opened a restaurant close to their home, which Ikenna financed with the saving he made from his Uber. Summer's restaurant was open in the morning, and once it was 3 p.m., she would close for the day. Ikenna supported her whenever she was at the restaurant. He did school runs, and when he brought their son Chidalu home from school, he made sure he bathed him and fed him, stayed with him until Summer returns from the restaurant, and then he continues with his Uber. However, in the 4th year of their marriage, Summer got pregnant, and she had a daughter. Some and Ikenna were happy to be parents again. They made up their minds not to have any help in their home, so they could raise their children themselves. At 3, Chidalu, their son, was already learning to do dishes and sweep the floor. This Ikenna made sure he taught him to do. And when Chidalu was 7, he could cook some simple dishes, do dishes, empty the trash, and some other chores. Chidalu was raised to be so hardworking with his sister Oluebube, and in the 10th year of Somma and Ikenna's marriage, they had 3 beautiful children. Ikenna's marriage was the best. Ikenna and Somma learned to respect each other, work as a team, and make good decisions for their family. Ikenna finally was in charge of his home, while his wife Somma supported him to make sure their family was well taken care of. Ikenna was able to go back to school for his masters with the support of Somma. They also decided that they were going to celebrate their 10th wedding anniversary on the day of his graduation. Somma's mother and Ikenna's parents were there to celebrate with them. So also were their friends. Ikenna, during his speech, dedicated his certificate, his success, to Somma. He thanked her for being his backbone. Somma, you are God sent indeed. Thank you for holding up my hands through those tough times. I'm glad you did not give up on me. I thank you so much for your patience all these years. And I promise you that I'm going to continue to love you, Ikenna said passionately, holding Somma's hands. There was a lot for people to eat and drink. Everybody was happy and so proud with Ikenna's achievement. However, towards the end of the party, Ikenna's parents congratulated their parents and thanked Somma for standing by their son and helping him to become a better man. God bless you so much, my daughter, Mami Ikenna said. So Ikenna's dad, Mr. Oku, said to Ikenna, my son Ikem, you have really proved yourself. You have shown us that there is nothing that anyone sets their hearts to do that cannot be done. Your mother and I are so proud of you. We have decided, and with the approval of the management of our company, that you are now the GMD of my company. All that you need to know about the company and its running, the head of human resources here will carry you along. We also have a house and a car for you that is befitting of your new job. Ikenna was stunned and was so emotional. He did not expect anything from his parents. He had decided to build his own business and life. He made up his mind to develop himself, not knowing that he was going to assume such a role in his father's company. He thanked his parents for the offer and promised not to let them down. Soma also was so happy for Ikenna and how things have changed for them much better. So the next month, Ikenna went through some trainings to help him with his job in the company. He was also able to get familiarized with the work ethics and skills needed as he assumed his job as the GMD in his father's company, a company with reputable standard, a household name in Nigeria and Africa. Thank you so much for watching the concluding part of this story. What are the lessons we have learned from the way Ikenna was raised by his parents? And would Ikenna be blamed for his lack of responsibility? Let's share our thoughts and continue to discuss on the comment section. Thank you all for your immense support, and I don't take it for granted. I wish you all a happy holiday in advance, and let's also use this time to retrospect, be thankful to God for how far He has helped us this year. Let's also take this time to plan well for the next year. Remember to subscribe, give this story a thumbs up, and share with your family and friends. See you all soon, and bye!